What's up, guys? Just trying to get everything set up here. Make sure all my stuff's set up here. All right. Good morning, guys. It's going to be a short trading day. The market's only open till 12 o'clock today. Man, I hate that we're having this rip already before the market opens. So that means that we could open up with chop this morning since we had a nice little rip up this morning. The only way we could get an entry here if we pretty much had like a decent pullback back into the 600s or something, retest the 600s, that would be like a nice 70-60% pullback for a nice long. Hopefully everybody had an okay trading session yesterday. We were positive, but we only traded eval yesterday. We didn't know what kind of chop we would get. What's up, Trader G? How are you doing today? There's a horizontal screen, Trader G. If for some reason you're on the vertical. Let me find this thing for me real quick. Okay, it looks like you're on the right one. Yep, you're on the right one. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect today. I do like the longs this morning if we do get that decent pullback into the 600s. So we can see, because we got a low, we got a, not a high, but we do have a high. We broke all these levels here. But it could also be one of those deals where we just go straight up also, because we still got more room to the upside here. I mean, we got a long ways up to the upside, but I'm thinking we get a pullback. This is a lot of consolidation right here from the 30th. So this may be the top here before we get the decent pullback. Like, but I think we're going to get stuck here. I mean, you got to think, I mean, this is probably a good 30, 40 candles on the 5 minutes that's stacked through this whole area here. So you can see this whole area is just one big consolidation zone. So I don't think we'll get through this right away. I think this is where we'll have to have that manipulation back to the downside to get through that. All right, get the rest of my stuff set up here. I don't think we have any news today. I think most banks and stuff like that are going to be closed, so I don't think we'll have anything today. But we can check just to be on the safe side. You never know. And I think the market is closed tomorrow. Is that right? Does any of you guys know that, if the market's closed? I've heard it's closed, but I know sometimes with the futures, man, it seems like that thing is open anyway. Yeah, so it's going to be a holiday for all these countries here today. So definitely, probably not really sure what the stuff's going to be like today. We do have initial job claims. I guess that was that 7:30 or 8:30. Crude oil, and I think that's the only thing we'll have today. The only reason why I said I don't know if we'll have like a funded trade set up this morning is just because we would have to have literally a 100-point pullback this morning. I'm not saying that we couldn't get that, but that's what I would need to at least see, or at least 60% of the candle pullback here. So the low. So even back into the 600s would be even a decent spot. This is where we would need to get to for a long this morning. I think if we can get above 750s, that might be a good enough spot for like a eval trade, because that's the previous day open, and plus that's the top of the PM session from yesterday. And then I think we would make a run probably at least above 774, and that would be your AM high from yesterday. Then all-time highs from yesterday is going to be up at 791. So those were the targets I'd be looking for as far as long goes. But like I said, I prefer to see a big pullback here, like break this 60 area, then pull all the way back into the low 600s. So we're going to start out looking for eval trade. If we can pass that today, that'd be great. We only need to make $150 left on this 50K to get it to funded. And then I think we're going to probably be done with eval fundeds with Bulanox, because we got back our 3 fundeds since we lost one last month, or back in October. So now we're back up to 3 again. And we still have our 4 or 5 Apex that we're trading. We're trying to find certain setups to copy trade at least 3 funded accounts at one time. Now, if we do get that pull back into the 600s, I will take a funded trade on that and look for like 20 to 30 points. And I'll even set up the copy trader just in case. All right. All right, so I do have my copy trader set up in case we do find something. Trader G, do you get the rest of the weekend off for the first? So far, been a pretty good week of trading. I don't think we've taken a loser trade all week long, like for this week at least. We had 3 winning trades with like a break-even trade on Monday. And yesterday, I think we took 2 trades. We did have to sit through a little drawdown on a couple of those, but we still had confidence that we were going to move up. So it's been a positive day the last couple of days. We've been super patient, taking our time. You know, most of the time we're just getting 2 trades, 3 usually max, but only usually 1 to 2 funded trades. So the way I've been doing it lately is being very strict with the fundeds. So if it's a break-even trade, I can try another entry, but if it's a loss, no. All right, let me get this. Whew. Man, that would have to be a crazy pullback for us to get a funded trade. Anything's possible when the market opens. I mean, we can easily just sell down 100 points here. I mean, it's very doable to get the push down here. I hate that we're already kind of doing that manipulation where you're kind of manipulating that 8 o'clock 15 minutes. Today, just be careful. Protect yourself on the last day of the year. You don't want to blow up your account, then have to spend all day tomorrow and think about it, then come back and make stupid mistakes on Friday trying to revenge trade. So, to me, I say just if you are going to trade your account, especially if they're smaller accounts, yes, we're doing M and Q. We're trading 25s and 50Ks, so we trade micros. Sorry about saying minis. We trade micros since we're just trading mainly 50 and 25Ks. I mean, you can say 25 or 50Ks, but at the end of the day, it's only $1,500. Mainly the 5 minutes. So the chart that you'll be looking at now is the 5-minute chart. All right, so the market's open. Let's see what happens here. All right, so the market's open. Let me focus on that for a minute. See, this could just be like a small percentage pullback. So if this is the low here, like you would only probably get a pullback to the 50s, then it would just rip back out the top here. Yeah, so if it can't break that 70 range, we're probably going back to the top side. So if the market uses this leg, this could be a possible nice kind of indicator too. Let's just say this is the leg low for this leg here. You could possibly look at a 60 pullback and it could just continue ripping higher here. And this could just be one pullback, like a leg pullback to move higher. When I was doing the fib, I was doing the whole leg from the low to the high here. That would be kind of a funded type trade. This one I haven't really been doing a lot with the leg pullbacks. I've been trying to do the overall pullback and not just the individual leg pullbacks. Yeah, same here. That's going to be my definitely goal for next month, trader. So where we could maybe possibly think about funded if it gets down here and breaks through the 20s. And we kind of have the areas marked out. So this would be your 60%, this would be your 70%, and this would be your 80. Ideal would be for us to break below this level here, then go back up. That would definitely be a nice funded trade. But like I said, I wasn't sure if it's just going to be this leg here would be your pullback. And this is just going to be a pullback for us to rip higher. So we just have to wait and see. I mean, it's looking pretty strong as far as the pullback goes. See how you just got the 60% pullback on this leg here? So I'm thinking this is the leg here, and this may be the 60% pullback for us to rip higher here. You'd have much rather seen a pin candle where you got the big wick pushing down and the little body there, but all right. Remember, this right here would be no longer valid if we break this low here. But you got to think, you got a lot of 5-minute candles sitting here at the 30s. But All right, I think since we already tapped this low, I think we're going to continue lower. I mean, that hit literally the 100% there, so. Yeah, that's that 60% pullback, fish lips. That 614. The only way I'll take a funded account unless we pull down to here. That would be around that 875 area. That would be my funded trade. And stop loss would have to be down at the 50. Now this is eval worthy here. I know. I'm going to wait for another candle. We're trading fundeds and evals. So I'll let you know what I'm trading, because usually I trade on, it depends on the trade, if I take it between like evals or if I take it on my funded accounts. My funded setup is down at the 875. So if I'm able to get, if with the market able to move to 875, that's where I want to look for long on the fundeds. If it only gets to the 60%, we'll probably just do an eval only. So for the fundeds, we'll be copy trading 3 funded accounts. See, you've got this big wick here. So this is a possible, sometimes you get a big wick like this, it's going to move back up. Yeah. So did you already get your long at 625 fish lips? I'm going to try to be a little bit more patient and see if we get a push down a little farther here. Because if we can't break this wick and we consolidate and this turns into an inside bar, we will definitely like the long here off that inside bar. I want to see the I want to see that what is it? The 575s here, fish lips. Because right now we're into discount as far as the bot where we're buying at. So this is going to be your discount. And if we can start pushing back up, back into premium, then we can target the 50s as our first target. Then maybe 675 as our next target here. What do we got left on this candle? We still got 2.5 minutes, so we still got plenty of time to see what happens with this candle. All right, still got a minute and a half left. It's holding. So we won't take the short on the inside bar just because we're into premium, but I will take the long on the inside bar just because we're in discount. I mean, back up to, I mean, we're in discount, so I won't take the short into the premium or discount. We would need to look for a long going back to the top side for the inside bar here. So we got 50 seconds left. So if this area can hold, then you get this next candle hopefully to start. You know, if you're looking for the long to push back up above this candle here, above the 30s, and maybe first target the 50s here, that would be my first target. Then next target, maybe we could target back up here. Then what we could do is pull fib from here to there and look for maybe like a nice trade up to here. But it looks like we're pushing, so no longer inside bar here. So this is my funded trade area down here, guys. If we can sell down to here, we're going to take a funded, but back up to the upside, we're just going to take a eval trade. Your stop loss has to go down here like at the 55s too, guys. So we'll be risking about 20 points. So about $80 on this trade. And if it doesn't tag us in, we'll just go back to eval trade and look for long off the 76%. Yeah, no, it looks clean up there. I would have done the 76%. The only reason why I didn't do that because I did not want to have a 40-point stop loss. So this is why we chose this target here. I just did not want to have this entry here at the 90 and have literally almost a 30, 40-point stop loss. So this is the reason why we chose this target here, guys. Because I don't want to risk more than like $80 to $100 max on a trade. And we could miss out on the trade here. Plus, we're copy trading 3 accounts. $50 seconds left. Mm-hmm. 20 seconds left here. Hopefully this wasn't the wick here where it hit 80%. And we might have missed it. I mean, back above 25, we're going to look probably for longs here. So hopefully this wasn't the leg I needed to have because we were doing this leg here. So. Close. What's up, Outer? Damn it. We're getting back above that 60%. Son of a bee. Now we're just kind of doing an eval trade here. I still would prefer to do a funded trade, honestly, if we could. I'm hoping that this 60% holds and we can just close this for a small loss and go back to our funded account. So if we get the pullback here, I will risk more on my funded account because we're sitting at about $2,900 and we can add into it, and we'll switch over to our funded and put our entry back down here where we had it. All right, so let me switch over, make sure my funded. Like I said, if we pull back down to the 75, that's where I'm looking for a funded trade. And I'll just add on my eval. More likely back above the 50% here. We're going to probably retrace this whole leg here. All right, let me make sure I take off my funded account trade. So I'm still in the long on my eval. We're looking for that 50 touch here. I wonder if I chose the right leg on this. I'm wondering if this was supposed to be the right leg. But as far as my charts go, I had the right leg, which would have been that 54, 52. This is just a eval trade here, outer. We're just in this for 2 micros at the moment. If we sell back down to this 75, I will look for a long on my funded account. just in case. Sorry about switching over. We may do like a backdoor trade here too, where I'll see if it pushes through here, then bring my order in from the backside. What's up, man? How are you doing today? No, we don't sell courses. I'm not really a teacher of trading. I don't really try to teach people how to trade. It just more or less just kind of here with everybody else trading on my own journey. You know, if you can pick up something from me and add it to your journey, I mean, that's kind of the idea. That's the way I look at it when I watch other streamers or somebody in the chat. If they have a good idea, it's like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Let me try it. That type of stuff. If we DCA into this trade, it's no longer valid if it pops the 51 down there, guys. And I may even do kind of a backdoor trade where if it does push down in this area, coming in from the backside with this account here, so I don't get caught in a knife fall or something. I don't mind taking a small loss on my eval. Like I said, we're up what, 52,800, 52,700 at the moment on that eval. We only need a few hundred more dollars to pass it, so I'm okay with risking a little bit. Honestly, it's not like I really want to pay for another funded at the moment, so I don't mind spending another week on it to pass it if we do take a loss. Yeah, so we only need like a few more $100 to pass it. The 4 hour has a mitigating OB right here. No. Yeah, good old consolidation here. Buy physical. I do have like 10 coins of silver that I bought like last year. I think I paid like $300 for them, Maverick. I think I got them for like 20 something or 30 a piece last year. And actually I got them cheaper than that because I was using a bullet only credit card and I got gold returns on it. Or whoo, that's awesome, man. 10K in silver, man. That's really awesome there. What a nice return. I mean, I know everybody's all excited about silver going up, man, but the only thing that worries me about silver going up is all the costs it's going to cost for our computers to get built. And that there's what's going to make crazy stuff go up. Like all your vehicle costs going to go up. Your computer costs is going to go up. Anything electronics is going to go up even more than what it already is. That's the only thing that sucks about silver exploding like this. I mean, it's just going to be not good for the rest of us that, you know, if you're going to, yeah, utilities, everything, man. Silver's in almost in everything. They've kept silver, I think, buried for years because of that, you know, to make everything affordable. But man, it's like they just unleashed it. Oh, see, I didn't know what was making it go up. I never really looked into it. I keep hearing everybody talk about it, but I didn't know it had to do with China pulling the rug on JP Morgan. Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, I haven't heard nobody say nothing about that. I'm sure it's out there, but I done seen so many people on TikTok and everybody else talk about trade silver, trade silver. The volatility's crazy, but I don't have any experience with trading gold or silver. I really like to, but man, I feel like you need a fairly large account because man, those like what, $10 just for a mini or micro, $50 or something like that just for one contract. Whew, that's pricey. You can get destroyed and good at the same time. Trust me, I've heard of some people in Discords that them blew their all their evals or all their funders trying to trade silver. 700 million of toilet paper contracts. Yeah. I've never even tried to trade on it, Michael. Trust me. I just listen to other people's stories whenever I come across it. It's like, woohoo, I made a fortune on silver. But then there's those stories like, man, I got caught in a silver trap. Okay, so China basically got tired of taking paper silver. They wanted the real stuff. That's pretty good. All right. Hmm. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, I didn't know anything about that story, Maverick. The feds gave 35 billion, man. All secrets. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of those midnight deals or backdoor deals. Woo, I am not a fan of this consolidation that we're having here. Fish Lips, did you add at the 600? I hate all these lower highs right here, man. I'd be happy just to hit the 21 EMA back up to the top side. You did? See, I didn't add. I was waiting to see if we would push down into 675s or 660s or 560s to add here. I'm just still in it for 2. I still would like to have a funded trade if we could trade down into this area. Consolidation for another 2 weeks, you think? What are you trading, Maverick? Are you trading gold and silver? Is that what you trade normally? I got to be sure to watch my TikTok thing because they like to close my stuff. Yeah, if I'm ever in a stream and this thing just cuts off, that means I'm not paying attention to the TikTok page. And what happens is they'll give you a countdown. Oh, all gold, silver, and copper. Yeah, I've tried what do you call it? I've tried the gold a time or two, like on a sim account, just to practice, but I didn't have any luck, so I didn't really continue. But I know you have to put a lot of time in it, and so I just haven't messed with it because I've got so much time invested in the NQ, so I just stick to what I basically know and I'm used to. Dude, that would be insane. All right, let's see what happens here. Buffett bought 10 million ounces. Holy crap. That's insane. Man, it sounds like you definitely do a lot of research on the silver market. Elon Musk jumped in on the silver thing. I'd imagine so. They probably all share information. Bye, bye, bye. Mm. Sorry. Spam calls. Man, sometimes I feel like the phone company should be paying me for as many spam calls as I get. All right, just kind of being patient here. Basically what this is my buy order. I was waiting for us to push down into this zone here. Not quite break the bottom, but if we don't get it, we'll just close this out because we're still in our long on our eval. So it looks like you had equal lows. So we do have equal lows sitting down there at the 70. So we could make another push down there. Whew, this one's been a long trade here, fish lips. Yeah, I know. All that freaking liquidity buildup that we had here at before the market opened. All right, see what happens when we run these equal lows here. I'm thinking maybe 61 here. We got like a little down wick there at 61. All right, here's the 75s. Uh, I got tagged in. I don't know what happened. Oh, come on. That's scary. I got tagged in and it took like 10 seconds. See that? That makes no sense. I may close this. I don't understand why it took like 5 seconds for my entry there. Now, why won't it let me? This thing, I swear. It didn't put in my stop order or nothing. Damn it. That's scary. I may have to close this. Back below this low here, we'll close this trade because I can't have my stop loss in. It won't let me put a stop loss in. No, we're trading on Ninja. I just don't understand why that took so long to submit my order. That's what kind of worries me a little bit. I just don't want to be stuck in this trade and it keeps selling off and mess up all my accounts. So let me get my copy trader over here in case I got to flatten. Okay, I'm just going to close that because I just don't want to be stuck in that trade if something bad happens. I don't understand why, because I had my ATM strategy set on, but it didn't put anything on there. And I'm just copy trading across 3 funded accounts, and I just can't take that chance. I don't understand. Like, I hit the buy button and it took about, I don't know, it took every bit of like 2 or 3 seconds for my order to register. Then it didn't add none of my stuff there. So we just don't want to be having no big boo-boos, you know, a day before a holiday. Flatten it. Oh, shoot. Oh, I accidentally hit flatten all and it flattened my eval. Come on. That was dirty. See, that sucks, guys. That should have been my freaking funded account win. You son of a bee. I swear. That sucks, guys. I don't know why it didn't put on my stop loss and none of that. It wouldn't let me add a stop loss. I'm not really sure what happened there. That sucks. I feel like we got screwed over there. We've been looking for this damn area for long, all morning long. It finally happens, and I'm not sure what the hell happened. You at least got your 20 points. So dirty. No, we're not trading on trade day. I was copy trading across Bulenox and Apex. So I was copy trading 3 funded accounts. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Was trade day having some issues, Rocket? Or Dot? I'm not sure what that little symbol is. All right. So this was the setup this morning, even though it didn't work out for me. Like I said, whenever I entered, I tried to enter right here as this candle was coming back up, and it took a delay, and it didn't fill me till like a few seconds later. So I'm not really sure if they just wasn't orders to fill there, but so there's the bottom, there's the top. This is that area I was looking to pull back into for my funded to get long at this line here that we had marked out. So that one, I wanted that to be my entry. And this way I only had to risk about 25 points. Yeah, I'm still having like a slight delay whenever I enter. So hopefully no one else is having issues. Yours did that yesterday? Yeah, man, that sucks when that crap happens, man. You don't want to get stuck in a trade, because if you get stuck in a trade and your accounts blow, you know, it's a 50-50 if the prop firms are going to fix it for you. And with copy trading 3 funded accounts, I was like, holy crap, let me get out of this. So right now we're in the red a little bit on this eval. So unless we get a push back up, which it's not looking too promising. I'll just take these off because we no longer need these, because like I said, we already missed our entry. What you want to see is a pull back into the 60s up here. I know. Let's see. We've been sitting in this thing for a while, Fish Lips. What time is it? Already 10:30. Does anybody know if the market's open all day, or is it just a half a day? Unfortunately, I had to re-enter Fish Lips because I hit the flatten trade on my copy trader and it closed me out, so I had to re-enter. I didn't know it entered flatten that trade since it wasn't marked, but it even flattens everything that's not marked. So I only had like the funded selected, but I guess it closed out everything, so I had to just re-enter. Man, this would be the first loss on the eval in quite a minute if we take the loss here. It's almost like we're, you know, any other time I'd look at us and running these London lows down there. Oh, it's a full day methodical. Thank you guys for the likes and follows today. Like I said, we're still in the eval trade over here, guys. We still need to make another $200 to pass this account. And if we take a loss, that'll push us back down to, say, 300, what we'll have to make. So I had to re-enter this trade because I hit flatten account whenever I had that issue a while ago, and it closed me out of my trade. I didn't think about it closing me out of my eval trade. I thought it only closed me out of the accounts that I had selected, but it actually closes you out of everything. So what it is, on your copy trader, you have a flatten all. And so what it did is it flattened everything and not just my funded accounts that I had selected. So with some of these prop firms, like let's say if you have a mistake and if they're Ripnik account, they want you to have Trader R open. If you don't have Trader R open, they tell you they can't see your trade. So, but for some reason, they always see your trades when it's not there, when it's not open and you do something wrong. It seems like Trader R only matters when it's something that it's against them. If you're trading a Ripnik account. Now that I think about that. Because that's what happened to me last time. My count got stuck in like a 50 point. No, it opened. That's what it was. I took a trade one day and it opened 50 points above where I entered that. And I told them, and they said there was nothing they can do about it because Trader R wasn't open. Man, guys, we're just stuck. What's up, Drew? How are you doing? This is not looking promising. I feel like we're going to run these London lows down there. May have to give it a little bit more room because it could easily go down there and run these London lows and pop all the way back up. So that's a possibility. And that is down in the 50s there. We may even add down there. Maybe that's what we'll have to do is add. If you're just joining us, we're trading on a eval with a 2 micro trade. So right now we're down $83 on this trade so far, and we're about a couple $100 away from passing it. All right, let's see here. I'll take off a lot of this stuff so it's easy to see. Did anybody take the one setup? I took this setup last night. I took this for, this is the one thing that I point out all the time. If when the market opens in the Asia session, if you're below the PM session, it will sell off all night long until you get into the London session. Like, this is such a repeat. I actually full ported a eval last night in this session on my Quantower account for like not for like a $400 win down here. Remember we had that gap fill in at 97. So basically I followed it down to 2 micros. I was actually trading with Methodical Man last night. He actually said he wanted to break even. I was surprised. He must have wussed out. I'm not sure. I haven't really got to talk to him and see what happened. I just know I texted him. He said he wanted to break even too quick. And yeah. So we made 407 on this eval last night by doing that. These are these $8 eval accounts that I have through Prodeus. It was that gap filling that's been there since last week. Chicken. I'm not sure what happened. what happened, why he want to break even so fast. What sucks is, man, we both were on the phone with each other because we both took this. Well, he got the better entry. I want to say he got short. I was looking at something and I didn't get short till like 60. But I've gone back and showed this to people over and over. This happens maybe once, twice a week if you're lucky. So if you ever can lose the PM session in the Asia market, it does not come back. It will stay below this PM session until you get to London. Most of the time when you get the chop is where the Asia is stuck inside the PM session. You know, that's that little consolidation that the Asia does. So that goes, that's into a Sunday. Well, that's another thing. You don't want to be stuck in this consolidation zone. A lot of times you want to be kind of like stair step. Nope. Like I said, you only get it maybe once, twice a week if you're lucky. You just got to be lucky enough to find it. See, stuck in the side. And I'm not sure what this red thing is on my trading view charts, but I don't know how to get that off. More chop. Holy crap, boys. This is a consolidation area. Yeah, it's in Chop City right now. Man, December's been a lot of choppiness. That's a background color? Oh, I guess I changed it and didn't know how I did it then. I'll have to look into, like, maybe I just changed that certain area. I wouldn't want to be in this in a funded trade, Christian. Is anybody making their way to like the bigger city celebrations tonight? I missed my 20-point funded trade over here. I could at least got my 20 points, but I didn't feel comfortable holding it because of what was going on with it was kind of freezing up. Oh, Methodical Man's over talking about degening. Oh, it's supposed to be 11 degrees where you're at tonight, outer? Yeah, that's insane. Uh-oh. Just Apex. Not Apex. Yeah, not Apex. Tradeovate. I'm sorry, Tradeovate. I'm sorry. I guess I was thinking of Apex because that's what I use. Apex on Tradeovate and Ninja, but Tradeovate. Then I tie everything to my Ninja accounts because that's why every account that I open now, I make sure it has a Tradeovate account, and that way I can copy trade my Tradeovate accounts on Ninja. So I can tie all my accounts here. So like I have my Apex Tradeovate accounts. I also have Tradeovate 3 funded accounts, just Ripnik, but I can't copy trade them because I would have to log out of the Bulanox accounts. So moving forward, every account that I get to add is, I'm hoping it's just a Tradeovate, or it can be traded on Tradeovate so that I can use it on Ninja. But you have to have a copy trader also. And I haven't looked. I know whenever I bought their copy trader, it was, I want to say $100 or something like that, or a little over $100, but that's been over a year ago. I haven't looked at it in forever. And this is Apex copy trader. But I think they're all kind of tied together, right? Tradeovate owns Ninja, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it's Ninja owns Tradeovate. I'm not sure which one it is. One of them own each other. They're the same company. And I like Tradeovate charts. But I wish I'd have started it sooner. I know this is some tedious stuff here, fish lips. Now that next possible bounce could be at the 52, so that could be definitely a nice add area if we run those 52s. That'll be your London lows at the moment. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll push like a few points below the London lows, then have a nice push back up. I'm hoping we don't go down there, but you never know. You really need to stay above the 60s here. If you pull fib on this whole move here, you really need to stay above this 50. You really don't need to lose this area here. This is the area that needs to hold. So we are still in the red. So yeah, to me, if you're new to trading, I want to say Tradeovate charts are like some of the easiest charts to use. Their stuff is very, very simple. Fish lips, it's not looking too promising unless you can DCA back into this thing. Fish lips, when you're trading these whole numbers, what is your cutoff? Do you have a cutoff like, okay, I'm going to take a loss here? Oh. Sorry, Mario, I didn't see your text. This is Apex. I'm not Apex, but Ninja Trader with Apex and Bulanox. And the account that we're trading now is an eval. My funded account had some kind of like delay in it while ago whenever we took our funded. So we missed out on our 20 points. We got long. We were trying to get long around 75. It didn't fill me up here until 83. So we just ended up closing it, which is, I guess, is good. We closed it. We didn't get our 20 points, but we're also not sitting through chop either. Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see if we hit that 50 first before I add. Ooh, it's a horrible, horrible trade if it breaks that low. Man. Yep, just broke that low. Damn. Just don't want to get wicked out here. I'm trying to add into this real quick. This is at the London lows here. Ooh, it's probably, if we get stopped out, it's just going to be a red day on the fundeds, and we'll have to just come back Friday. That'll put us where we need to at least make 300 instead of the 200 when we started. We still got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. $52. The 50 is where we need to hold up to bounce here. You like to see another retest of the 600s here. All right, about to have a new candle here. I'm probably going to take my loss here at 41. I don't really want to hold through any more drawdowns. We'll just take our $200 loss and move on till Friday. Or it's like $150 or $60 or something like that. Like I said, 40 is going to be my line in the sand here. If we lose the 40, I'm just going to take the loss because I don't want to keep digging myself in a bigger hole because that'll still leave us where we only got to make $400 or $500 on this account if it's a loss. And at the end of the day, this is a eval. Yeah, so right now we're still sitting at 52,650 on this account. Come on, buyers. Let's get a 50% pullback or something. If I hit 76, we should be good. I'm hoping for that 75 pullback off the 50 is what we're hoping for here. This way, if you hit the 50, you go back to the 75 or even possible a 600 retest. Plenty of time left. We're about to have a new 5-minute candle. Hoping this next 5-minute candle at least gives us a little push here. Come on, buyers. No, we don't want to retest the 50s again. Maybe this is just to be a lower high wick here. Lower high. Right now we're down $100, so we got it back down to $100 in the red. Man, if I was in this thing short, this thing goes straight back to the 75. That's how it usually works on us. $568. And I need 576 fish lips. 576 gets me out of this completely, back in the green. Dude, we're about to have another inside bar too. What's your average down to, Fish Lips, since you added? Oh, 4 for you on a big account. Okay, so you need 582. Come on. Just got to keep making these lower highs here. The bulls need a little bit of retest. It'd be nice if we can push back up here to the 600s and kind of hit that 21 EMA. We haven't had a little EMA test in a minute here. There's the first wick. There's the 68 that you talked about. That's that first wick, right? That down wick right there. Got to get through this wick. If we can get through this wick right here, we should make a push up here, and I should get at least that 76 target. Traded overnight, up 450 points. Nice. That's pretty good. 450 points in the nighttime. That's insane. Remember, we're going to be completely out of this trade at 41. I'm not going to hold it any deeper in that. We'll just live with our loss and come back Friday. And I'd rather just take the loss and mess up this account, because I could come back next week and only need $500 to pass this eval. Because like I said, we're up 52,600 at the moment. We were up 52,800. We only needed 130 to pass this. But if we take the loss here, it'll probably knock us back down to the 52,500 or so. So I'd rather just live with the red day. We did get a little bit of green on our fundeds. We ended up closing these trades out early because I had some kind of delay when I entered my account. So I was kind of worried. And plus it didn't put my stop losses on there. Yeah, there's nothing worse than something happened with your charts and it messes up your funded accounts, because I had that happen a while back and I couldn't get it fixed because I didn't have Ripnik Pro open. Because I entered a position And when I entered, say I entered at 50, it put my entry up there like 50 points above that. And I mean, I can understand this if it was like real market, but you shouldn't have that type of stuff happen on basically simulation accounts, funded or whatever it is, because, you know, pretty much all prop firm accounts are a simulation. So we shouldn't be dealing with that kind of stuff. Oh, Bulinox does that 1 minute before close. I know they do that like a minute before they open. It's the same thing with my Padeus accounts. Padeus does not do good whenever we open. So you're long on NKE. What is that? Have fun. I don't know if I've ever heard of the NKE. Thank you for the follow, Sammy Jones. Oh, it turns yellow if you try to move it or close it. I don't even usually mess with the... thanks for the follow, String Slayer. Guys, I ain't gonna lie, there's nothing worse than getting stuck in a trade. This is like the worst when you get stuck. You're just at the mercy of the market here. I would have never done this with a funded account. I would have just took my loss and moved on. So that is something I've tried to like work on a lot. If it's a loss, just take your loss and move on. Don't try to get it back. Just take your loss, close the charts, and come back tomorrow. Because in the past, anytime I've tried to get my money back or try to get my profit backs, it doesn't end well. Sleepy. Yeah, this is one of these ones you just walk away. Just walk away. Just come back and find out what happens. The go to Walmart trade. Like, no. I mean, we could close it out now and only be down like 50, 60 bucks. Oh, man, another wick. Was this the other wick that we just hit? Was that? No. Come on. We got a lot of down wicks there, so it's probably going to take a minute to get through there if we are going to get a push here. Come on. At least give me the 75. Maybe we'll just do 75 just in case. No, it's looking strong there. Come on. It's looking strong. Push through the wicks. Push through the wicks. Oh, it just hit the... I hope it don't hit the 75 and come back fish lips. Just give me this. I'm almost willing just to take 4 points and leave my runner. The 50 EMAs there? Damn it. Thank you for the follow, DTX. Damn it. Apparently there's the 50 EMA sitting there. I don't have that on my charts. I have like the bare minimum on my charts. All I have on here is the VWAP and the 21 EMA. Because mostly all my trades are taken off of the Fibonacci. But today, those levels did not hold up for us on the Fibonacci. This thing just kept dumping and dumping. No, there's the 75. That's kind of worries me a little bit, fish lips. I could close it and be in the barely be in the green, or close it for a break-even trade. We got 2 minutes left on this candle. This 2 minutes, come on. Please don't. Oh, come on. I was worried about that 75 getting hit. Son of a bee. Yep. Look, 75 on the dot. Come on. I knew that crap was going to happen. It was going to hit the damn 75 and pop back. I should have just took the 4 points and I would have sold off 6 contracts and basically been up like 50, 60 bucks and still had the runner. That's dirty. There's a guy in my YouTube lobby. He coming in this afternoon. Come on, one more push. We still got a minute left on this 5-minute candle. Yeah, I got stuck in this trade from way back up there around the 625s, and we've just DCA'd back into the trade. We thought we were going to get like a 60% pullback earlier. Oh, and that gave me a good entry, guys. It put my average back down to 60. Yay! All right, so we're guaranteed at least a break even or green trade here, guys. That took a minute. All right, we're going to close it at 90 here. See if we get a 90 push. Or what I can do is just follow the 5-minute candles up here. Woo. Wasn't sure if we're going to get out of that one. Fish lips, that one had me sweating. I'm just glad I decided to add those 5 contracts at the 50. I knew I was going to have to go in a little heavy to try to bring down that average. But I never would have done that on a funded account, though. I would have just took my loss. All right, so we still need to make $100 to pass this. So if I'm long from there, what, 60? So P&L's at... Yeah, I don't even care if we pass it. I'll be okay if we're just a less than $100 short. I put it right below these 70 wicks here, so I'm hoping that these wicks right here kind of help us out, come back, maybe bounce off the 75 here and keep pushing. Thank you for the follow, Jay. So that's the importance of not over leveraging your account in the beginning. That way, if you are on the wrong side, it's not like too devastating. So we entered this trade with 2 micros. So we were able to sit through all this drawdown and only be like down like maybe 100 and something bucks on the trade total. And then what we did is once we hit that 50, because we figured that'd be a nice bounce spot because that's at the London lows. And that's what I was showing y'all a while ago on these charts here. So we hit the London lows. This is also for anybody that trades ICT stuff. So this is what you call ICT kill zones. And so the idea here is you have these zones marked out in the different markets. And what you do is you just put your just a few points past this, and you're looking for like a 20-point move. Some guy that came in my lobby used to want to told me about these. I'm not sure what kind of win percentage it is, but I know it does. You do get winners off of this type of setup. I'm just not sure the win percentage. If you're looking for like those little 5, 10, 15-point winners or 20 points. So you'd want to put your your entry about 3 points past this level. So that level starts at 52, so have it about 48, 49, and then you would have only had to sit through maybe like 5 points in drawdown. But you're supposed to have like a 20-point stop loss to be on the safe side. Just kind of do a 1-for-1, then look for 20 points. If you're looking, for someone that likes mechanical trades, I don't really take those trades that often, but I just use them more for like support levels or target levels. If I'm like, say, getting long here, I'll be looking for us to rerun, say, the London highs up here or the highs from this area. Or even if we get through the Asia low, we should make another push, but we could get stuck here at the 88s. I usually main them for just for levels. So I trade from level to level. So if I get into entry, if I'm looking for somewhere we could go to, that's what I would look for. So even though this one level didn't hit this morning, I would have been looking for us to probably run these highs from yesterday at lunchtime, which we missed by 20 points. So we didn't quite get up there, but there's also a lot of down wicks right there too. Yeah, so those all had a lot of wicks there, so never to get through there. Yeah, this is a trade that me and Methodical Man took last night. I want to say Methodical Man took this trade all the way down to the 600. So I didn't get short until about the 70. I traded 2 different accounts, just looking for like 2 micros, 10 points on those small Perdeus accounts I have. Then when we got down here later that night, this is where I put in 2 minis looking for 10 points and took $400 on the Perdeus accounts last night. Now this setup does not happen that often here. This maybe once a week, once every couple weeks that you get this. And what you're doing is you're looking for the PM session to lose the low. A lot of times if we sell outside of the PM session after the market opens in the Asia market, it never comes back. It'll just sell off the whole night, and you won't see the return until London, or most of the time during the London session is when it pulls back up into this area. You can put ICT kill zone and pivots, then go back in trading view and look at all those different targets if you like to do like back testing stuff. I spent so much time going back and looking at just different stuff in charts. Sometimes almost too much. All right, so what we're going to do here for our take profit, we're just going to follow the 5-minute candles up. Man, what's our chances of running the 60% on this fish lips? You think we can get back to the 50 up here? That's just a lot to get through here. Plus, we got this big fair value gap here, too, that we could fill in. or imbalance gap. That would probably be a nice spot for a short outer if you're looking for a short. I know you like to short that stuff here. So that would be a nice spot for a short. Sorry about that, Francis. I didn't see your chat there. A lot of times I get so focused on charts. If for some reason you put something in the chat and I don't see it right away, I apologize, because a lot of times I get so focused on charts that I don't even look at my chat, just because I don't want to be distracted. But as far as someone for a beginner, definitely just chart time and just watching many people as possible to kind of like see what works for yourself, because not everything works for people. So like I started out doing a lot of like momentum trading, and I've been gradually getting away from momentum trading where you're just taking breakout trades. I've been heavily going towards like the Fibonacci route. Like I was just doing Fibonacci on individual candles, like on the 5-minute candles. But recently I've been just trying to do the overall whole move. That way it helps me be a little bit more patient. And so you don't take as many trades. So like the setup that we had today only paid 20 points, but this way you have a target, you have a stop loss, and then you can just choose whatever profit you think we could get. I'll give it the 30 here. 6. Yeah, I'm gonna peel one off here at the 60 if I can. That'll be, oh well, heck. Actually, I probably could have done a lot less, because that'd be 30 points. So 35 points on this one. I thought I was going for 30. Why did it take both of them out? What the hell? I thought I had 2 contracts left. Oh, come on. Dude, that's dirty. I only need like 60 bucks. Oh, I thought I was going to, I didn't know I was going to, I thought I had 2 contracts left. I didn't mean to close out both. Damn it. I only need 70 bucks to pass. Damn it. For some reason I thought I had 2 contracts left, but now that I think about it, I sold 6 off down here, so I did only have 1. I just had multiple orders, so that was the issue. Oh well. I thought I still had 2 contracts left. I guess because I saw that extra contract up there, and that was from that previous order that we had. All right, so this is pretty normal if you are still long to get a bounce at the 600. So where you want your line in the sand to stop is the 75. So this is kind of like what you're talking about, trading whole numbers. So you hit the 600, not quite the 600, but fairly close. But you want to see 75 kind of hold up here. But there's a lot of consolidation in this area. But I'm glad to be done with this. I was in that thing forever, fish lips. How long were we in that trade? For almost an hour, it felt like. We were there forever waiting for that to get through. Man, my sinuses are running horrible today. Sorry about that if I keep sniffing in your ear, guys. Thank you for the follow, Terry. All right, so we survived this. I think we got as much as about $180 in the red on this at one time, and we're able to kind of DCA back into it. Oh, do you have your stop loss sitting at the 75? Or do you have it at the bottom of this wick? So we probably won't take another trade today because it's already 11:30. And I think yesterday I took a trade during lunch hour, and I'd never do that. And we got stuck in a trade yesterday during the lunch hour for about 30 minutes. So today we don't want to do that. Phone. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you guys for watching today. Sorry about getting stuck in a trade. There's nothing worse than getting stuck in a trade, but it happens. Oh, you missed it. Happy New Year to everybody. Good luck if you're trading the rest of the day. If you're able to survive today, I would just hold on to whatever green you got and move tomorrow, you know, start back Friday morning. Remember, I think tomorrow the market is closed, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even think the futures is open tomorrow. Thank you, Michael. Happy New Year, guys. Hope everyone have a safe night if you plan on venturing out into the public world, because not myself. I'm a homebody, so I stay at home. More likely, you could probably find me sitting here staring at trading view charts. That'll be my excitement for the new year. So that's past my prime going out. You know, that's for the young folks in their 20s or barely 21, 30 maybe. Hey, I like being bored, Trader G. I like to sit here and just look for chart patterns. That's usually what I do in most of my spare time. Either I'm sitting here at the desk looking at chart patterns, or I'm on my iPad looking at TradingView or something. Always just trying out different stuff or new stuff and see if you can find something new that works, or maybe it works better than what you're doing. I think the key is to keep growing and find what works for you, because there's always something better or improvement for you. So, all right. Thank you, guys. And we'll see you guys Friday morning. I'm pretty sure the market's closed tomorrow. Thank you.